Good afternoon again, everyone. I hope there is more folks listening than I gave bad news to. There is not another round of consolations. The semifinal losers wrestle for third place. Winners of the last round of consolations are somehow battling for fifth or for seventh. So we will be beginning the finals very shortly at 106 pounds. Between Quinn Malofchik of Belvedere and Brett Unger of Hunterdon Central. And at 113, it is Eddie Ventresca of Pope John and Brandon LaRue of High Point. At 126, AJ DeRosa of Delaware Valley and Anthony Mastroini of Hopatcong. 132 is Jake Rotunda of Pope John and Hunter Graff of Hunterdon Central. 138, Joe Aragona of Pope John and Andrew Gappas of North Hunterdon. 145 is Robert Garcia of Pope John, Alex Carita of Hackettstown. 152, 152 pounds is Kevin Cerise of Hunterdon Central and John Borgognoni of Newton. 170, Josh Heiler of Kittatinny, Dan Fermato of Hunterdon Central. 182, Zach Mafaro of Kittatinny, Jared Oster of Warren Hills. 195, Scott Fernandez of Voorhees, Robbie Gannett of Sparta. 220, Lou Fernandez of Voorhees and Jake Brown of Pope John. And at 285, Joe Andes of Hackettstown and Gabe Jimenez of Lenape Valley. Public address announcer Ed Mancinelli kind of doing the parade of champions for the fans here. Mike Moore along with Bob Kerp here on Stateliner Sports Network in the finals of the Hunterdon Sussex Warren Tournament, a service of the Rothman Institute, a worldwide leader in orthopedics, an official orthopedic partner of the NJSIAA. Visit RothmanInstitute.com. By Ahart, Frinzi & Smith, recognized as one of the leading insurance agencies in the United States. Find out more at afsinsurance.com. By Urco Credit Union, 450 Hillcrest Boulevard in Phillipsburg and 2240 Northampton Street in Easton. Great rates, low fees. Visit us at urcocu.com. By Open Mic, for exclusive coverage of the Stateliners and the entire Hunterdon, Warren, Sussex area. Follow Mike Weileman's blog at mikeopen.blogspot.com. And by Welcome to the Pit, a history of Phillipsburg wrestling is available. Order yours on Amazon today. Still a very good crowd on hand today for what is arguably one of the finest tournaments, county tournaments in the state.
Mike, third period escapes proved to be important in the semifinals as Oster of Warren Hills, McGarthy of Newton, Mastroini of Hopatcong, and Gannett of Sparta, all difference makers with third period escapes. And at 52, we're going to get that rematch from a couple weeks ago of Meyer and McCarthy.
Belvedere, Del Val, Hackettstown, High Point, Hopatcong, Hunterdon Central, Kittatinny, Lenape Valley, Newton, North Hunterdon, North Warren, Phillipsburg, Pope John, Sparta, Wallkill Valley, Warren Hills, Vernon, and Voorhees, the participating schools in the 2018 Hunter and Sussex Warren tournament.
With the close turnaround, there's certainly not a lot of break time here for the wrestlers. So for the guys who finished up, just 15 minutes ago, they might want to see some full bouts in the early weights.
Yeah, they will be wrestling the finals and for 3rd and 5th place on 6 mats. On 3 mats. We began the day at 10 o'clock this morning with 6 mats to run the first 2 rounds. Then they cut it down to 4, and then very quickly moved to 3, where they were wrestled for 1st, for 3rd, and for 5th, and around just beginning in a couple of minutes. The seeds really good. Most of the 1s and 2s prevailed.
Yeah, and there were good wrestlers wrestling well. A lot of action on their feet, a lot of lively action through the early bouts. Not the one that seemed like it was going to be a surprise, and then it ended up being turned late as Gappis from North Hunterdon at 138 was trailing in the 3rd period to Shane Kobus of High Point. Gappis having been the favorite and the returning champion, but got a 3rd period reversal and then back points to go up 5-2 and get the win. McCarthy as well, favored, was the 2nd place finisher a year ago at 152, was trailing late against Tucker Kirchenberger of North Hunterdon, and it was a 3rd period escape that made the difference as he won 3-2 to get the opportunity to match up again with Meyer in the finals.
You can see how Pope John has earned their top 5 ranking in the state.
The other guys all looked very strong today. Skilled, strong, quick on their feet. Now at 70, of course, we'll have Josh Heidler of Kittatinny because Lance Wissing did not appear in the semifinal bout, having reached his maximum number of bouts and not wanting to burn him here.
Yeah, we have some some very good matchups. A lot of experienced and well-credentialed wrestlers coming up in this final round.
And a matchup of undefeateds in the semifinals.
Public address announcer Ed Mancinelli up to 170 pounds. So we're just a couple of minutes away from beginning our wrestling action here in the finals of the 2018 Hunterdon Sussex Warren tournament.
So for Phillipsburg's schedule coming up, Hanover Park on the 18th, and of course next Saturday at Shawnee Middle School to face the Easton Red Rovers.
Hanover Park, another top 10 program, came in here last year and took the state liners right down to the last bout. And with a couple of outstanding wrestlers in that lineup, including a defending state champion and one of the top wrestlers in the country.
Skipped over, they'll be at Warren Hills on January 17th. And Warren Hills will be represented in the finals.
That's a wrestler 99 career wins, so going for number 100. That's a way to do it in the finals.
This is a big tournament weekend in wrestling with the Virginia duels and Escape the Rock down at the one of the Council Rock high schools. I'm sorry, I don't remember which one. But big time for tournaments, and fortunately for wrestlers heading out of the area, the weather was a bit more favorable for travel time.
This will be quite the battle, too, to see who becomes, who gets voted the most outstanding wrestler.
Yes, see what the quality of the bouts are in the competition here in the finals. Versus, I think, I'm personally more interested in seeing guys who edge out somebody in a very close bout versus a couple falls, but see how it runs.
Yeah, but if you can pin your way through, though, showing that kind of dominance in a deep weight class.
Yeah, that is obviously to the wrestler's credit. Just not quite as entertaining.
Ed Mancinelli has completed the introductions, and we're just about set to go. And we will go lightweights to heavies.
As God intended it.
Just finishing with Joe Andes of Hackettstown and Gabe Jimenez of Lenape Valley. So we're ready to go here at 106. Joe Benvenuto will be the referee. Quinn Malofchik of Belvedere. Brett Unger of Hunterdon Central. To the left, that's Malofchik in the brighter red. The red and black for Brett Unger of Hunterdon Central. Frank Leitner is going to assist. No advantage here. We've wrestled 20 seconds. Malofchik trying to underhook the left shoulder of Unger. No advantage here after a minute and a half. Excuse me, after 30 seconds. Wrestlers are tied up right in the center. Down to 3 mats here, wrestling for first, third, and fifth. Unger's in on the left leg of Malofchik, trying to hook that leg. Malofchik in a sitting position. There's a takedown for Unger. The Hunterdon Central freshman is on top 2-0.
Unger was impressive in that Phillipsburg match with the technical fall over Logan Matsko.
Unger riding. Malofchik stands. Unger drops down to the left leg. Picks up that left leg. "30 seconds to go here in the first. And a stalemate's called to go back to the center. Malofchik is a defending district champion for the County Cedars. Third in the region a year ago and a runner-up in this tournament. He is ranked 8th in this weight class in the state. There's an escape for Malofchik. Unger on top 2-1. Final 10 seconds here of the first. Malofchik trying to underhook and spin around behind. They're off at 1.6 seconds. First period ends. Brett Unger of Hunterdon Central on top of Quinn Malofchik of Belvedere, 2-1. The toss, flip of the disc, went and Unger will be underneath to start the second.
Malofchik was an 11-4 victor over Cooper Stewart of Sparta in the semis.
Malofchik riding. Unger stands, he's out. On the escape, Unger with a 3-1 lead. Malovchik underhooks the right shoulder of Unger. Stalemate's called by referee Joe Benvenuto at 1:27 to go here in the second.
Malovchik with a career record of 81-11. District 11 champion last year, Region 1 third place finisher.
Unger's in on Malovchik's left leg. Malovchik trying to hop up and down. Still no advantage. Malovchik rolls. Unger still has the left leg behind the knee. He's got Malovchik's left hip down in the mat. Frank Leitner, the assistant referee in this bout. There's a takedown for Unger, his second. He is on top 5-1. 50 seconds to go here in the second. So 2 takedowns and an escape for Brett Unger over the top seed Quinn Malovchik of Belvedere. Malovchik trying to stand. Unger drops down to the right leg. Malovchik picks up on the far ankle, the left ankle of Unger, trying to flatten him out and spin around behind him, and either off the mat or a stalemate called there at 27 seconds.
Big stalemate. Unger at 17-0, shown a lot of presence here, balance and working his way through moves.
Hunterdon Central Tournament champion. Malovchik standing. Malovchik, pressure on the head. There's a stalling warning on Unger as he dropped down to that leg.
Malovchik had gotten to his feet, and Unger not able to bring him back down in a timely manner.
Unger also a Caldwell tournament champion, and he is ranked 4th in the state at this weight class. We have 4 and 8 going at it. Unger has Malovchik's right leg. Malovchik draped over top. He's going to run out of time. Unger still in control, and he leads 5-1 after 2. Malovchik underneath in the third. He is set. Tries to sit out, turn in. Now trying to pry the hands apart. Unger wraps around the left thigh. Malovchik is out on the escape. 5-2, working takedowns. This has been advantage Unger through the first 2 periods.
Malovchik worked that switch very well, put a lot of pressure on Unger's shoulder to come back out.
Off they go. 1:33 to go in the bout. Front head and arm by Malovchik, trying to spin around to Unger's right. Now trying to work a knee tap. Unger blocking him off with his right hand behind the left thigh of Malovchik, picking up on that ankle. 1:15 to go here in the bout. Malovchik trying to work that front head and arm. Now trying to set up a concrete special. Can he hip up and over? No, and a takedown for Unger. Unger's third takedown. Fought off a pretty good concrete special attempt by Quinn Malovchik.
Yeah, Mike, I think Malovchik just decided to throw it. He was trailing, he needed something big. Didn't work, but a valiant attempt.
Stalling call on Unger. That's going to give him Malovchik a point. And it is 7-3, 35 seconds to go. Unger has 3 takedowns and an escape for 7. Malovchik has 2 escapes and a stalling point for 3.
Malovchik placed second a year ago.
To his knees. 20 seconds to go in this one. Under 15 to go. Malovchik trying to work a front head and arm. Brett Unger. There's a reversal just before the buzzer So it is a 7-5 final. Oh, correct. Had to be another stalling point, unless it was escape takedown. I'm sorry. 7-6 for Brett Unger of Hunterdon Central, the freshman, the champion at 106 pounds.
Yeah, Malofchik had a first period escape, one in the third, the stalling point, and then a 2 reversal at the end.
£113, Brandon LaRue of High Point, Eddie Ventresca of Pope John.
Ventresca 16-2 with a career record of 58-6. LaRue 18-1. Last year a District 1 first place and Region 1 second place finisher.
The referee for this bout will be Frank Leitner. And we will wrestle right through. They're not going to hold up until the other bouts are finished. Ventresca in the gray and blue trim, LaRue of High Point in the red. Ventresca in on the right leg, picks that leg up. A roll by LaRue near the edge of the mat, neutral at 1:33.
Very quick by Ventresca, and LaRue just kind of rolling his way through there.
Wrestlers tie up. Outside the center, just under 1:20 to go. Scoreless first.
Ventresca had a first period pin against Danny Heaps, CJ Heaps, excuse me, of Delaware Valley to win his semifinal bout.
And off the mat, no advantage.
Danny Heap was a Mets outfielder in the 80s.
Ventresca has the right leg of LaRue. LaRue hanging on behind the left thigh of Ventresca, trying to spin around to LaRue's right. Ventresca trying to work a butt drag. LaRue trying to block him off with his right arm. Turns him the other way and gets the takedown. Ventresca with a takedown and a 2-0 lead for the Pope John Lions, coached by Mark Petrowski. Just under 30 seconds to go here in the first. Ventresca, 2-0 lead. Trying a hazard tilt. Could not turn Ventresca to his right. That goes to that claw on the right shoulder. Final 10 seconds here of the first. And Eddie Ventresca, Pope John, with a 2-0 lead after one.
Cullen Day is wrestling to our right, and he is up 6-0 in the second period.
It'll be LaRue underneath. Ventresca on top to start the second. Ventresca, defending district and regional champion. Fourth in the state a year ago, a Hunterdon Central tournament champion. He's ranked second in this weight class, according to NJ.com. And a very effective rider so far of Brandon LaRue. LaRue tries to roll. Ventresca stays with him. Looking a high crotch as Ventresca stands. And Ventresca will take LaRue off the mat, 1:37 to wrestle here in the second. Ventresca, left hand tight waist. Reaches back, left hand thigh pry. LaRue trying to get to a stand. Tears at those hands, arches his back. Ventresca stayed with him. And they will go off the mat at 1:16 to go in the second. LaRue is a defending district champ. region runner-up, a Colt Classic champion this year, third a year ago in the 100 Sussex Warren. He's ranked 5th in this weight class. So we had 2 state top 8 wrestlers in the 106-pound final, and we have 2 top 5 wrestlers here in the 113 final.
Well, clearly this is the place to be.
Just under a minute to go here in the second. Ventresca has made a first period takedown stand up as he is riding Brandon LaRue of High Point.
Cohen Day leading his third place match 7-0 heading into the third period.
And a tilt. Ventresca 3 count, 4, 5. 3 back points coming for Eddie Ventresca. Just under 30 seconds to go here in the second. Ventresca has to get more on the right shoulder of LaRue, turning him to his right. Frank Leitner looking in. Not looking in any closer. He's going to stop it potentially dangerous, and 3 back points for Ventresca, who now leads LaRue 5-0.
LaRue's been mobile, but not close to coming out here.
He's set. Left hand tight waist, final 5 seconds. Ventresca using his legs to try and turn LaRue. Second period ends 5-0 in favor of Ventresca. And Ventresca chooses neutral to start the third. Wrestlers circle. They go off the mat across the way, minute 33. Public address announcer Ed Manson. Now I guess their medals are awarded to the top 4 place finishers. Ventresca ties up the right wrist and ducks under to the right leg, picks that right leg up. LaRue tries to dive away, but Ventresca has the takedown, and he leads 7-0.
That was awfully quick.
Ventresca keeps his weight high on the back of LaRue, has hooked the right leg, wants to try and turn him again. Was able to get 3 back points in the second. Under a minute to go with Ventresca on top, 7-0. Pope John looking for their first titleist.
Cohen Day won his third place bout 11-0 over CJ Heaps of Delaware Valley.
And lost a very tough 1-0 bout in the semis to Brandon LaRue. 30 seconds to go in this one. Ventresca riding. Stalemate's called by Frank Leitner at 24 seconds. LaRue getting set. We will not be beginning the 120-pound bouts until after the medal ceremony at 106. LaRue is out, 7-1. 10 seconds remaining. Ventresca dives in on a leg. Can't finish it. Final 5. And Eddie Ventresca of Pope John, the champion at 113 pounds. A 7-1 decision over Brandon LaRue.
Ventresca was quick on his feet, and that duck under takedown that he got in the third period was maybe the most impressive of all. But the returning champion, and again the champion.
Going to have the medal ceremony before the 120-pound final with Travis Jones of Phillipsburg and Caius Cement of Pope John. The Hunter and Central, the champ, Unger at 106. Belvedere in second. Sparta in third. And Connor Robinson of North Hunterdon in fourth. That's Cooper Stewart. And all right, getting set at 120. Russ Scarice be the referee. Travis Jones and Kaya Cement.
Cement 18-4.
Travis Jones with 3 wins today is 17-4.
Placed second a year ago. District champion, region 4th.
Cement, a sophomore, ranked 8th in the state in this weight class. Wrestled 35 seconds, no advantage.
Both wrestlers pinned to advance in the semifinals. Cement over Aiden Taylor of Voorhees, Jones over Zachary Creedon of Wallkill Valley.
Cement with half a shot at the right leg of Jones. Cement behind the left knee of Jones, picks up on that ankle, hooks that left leg. Jones still trying to fight him off. Jones hanging on around the left arm at the elbow. 45 seconds to go here, still no advantage. Jones trying to set up a barrel roll situation. There's no advantage here.
Jones fought that off very well.
Yes, he did. Pressure on the head by Cement. Now they break apart. Under 30 seconds to go in the first.
He clamped down on that arm and then used his head to pressure the shoulder of Kaya Cement.
Stateliner coaches Dave Post and Scott Silvas in the chairs across the way for the Stateliners. Final 15 seconds to go here in a scoreless but entertaining first period between Travis Jones of Phillipsburg and Kaya Cement of Pope John. Cement trying to snap down in the head. They're scoreless. First period at 120. Jones's choice. He'll defer. Cement looking over to his coaching staff. He's going to go underneath. Travis Jones excels on top. Let's see if he can do something here in the second. Right hand tight waist by Jones. Maintaining control. Trying to set up a hazard tilt. Jones pulling the left wrist across the body. Riding out the left side of Cement. 30 seconds gone. Near the edge of the mat. Across the way. And are off back to the center in a minute 22.
Cement was using his left arm to post and prevent from being tilted over by Travis Jones. Jones had that 2-on-1 tight.
Cement's ready. Jones right hand tight waist. Cement sits, turns in. Jones trying to spin right with him. Jones trying to get a leg in there. Maintaining control, a little precarious position, but still in control of Cement. And Cement coming out the side has a reversal. Kaya Cement of Pope John reverses Phillipsburg's Travis Jones, leads 2-0. Jones from underneath likes to work a Peterson roll. 40 seconds to go here in the second. Jones with that Peterson. Guys, a reversal, but not going to get any back points out of this. There's a 1 count. 2, he will get back points out of it. Travis Jones works the Peterson roll with under 20 seconds to go for a 5-point play. Leads 5-2. Cement trying to come out the back door. Jones tried to get a couple. He did. He got 2 more back points. That was really off a mistake by Cement. And it's 7-2 Jones as the second period comes to an end.
That was quite a turn, and that Peterson works again for Travis Jones. He used it in the semifinals for back points as well.
7-2 lead after 2, and he will go underneath in the third. So a reversal by Cement, and he's going to cut Jones right away. So it's 8-2. Travis Jones of Phillipsburg, the top seed. There's a caution on Cement. Jones can win this one, Bob. I think he will find himself ranked in the top 8 from NJ.com.
He's done very well.
I know Dave Post has been, confident from the beginning of the year that he can be a state place winner. In on a double is Cement. Tries to trip Jones, trying to arch his back. Still, and trying to free the leg at the edge of the mat, right in front of the State Liner coaches. Here's a throw attempt by Cement that he can't finish. They're off the mat at 1:34.
Kai Cement's got to be happy where that ended up, because that throw wasn't working and he was going to be on his back.
There's a caution on Cement. Dave Post is saying that's a point. Dave Post wants to go over to the scorer's table because she thinks that's the third caution.
2 by my count.
Yeah, 2 by mine too. Dave Post is saying he put a C up, but yeah, I had not seen 2 awarded previously, only 1, yeah. But he has 2 now, and it's 8-2. Cement has to be the aggressor. He's got 1.5 minutes to go. Trying to underhook Jones' left shoulder. Jones trying to block him off with his right arm. Cement trying to spin around. Jones hangs on to the right arm at the elbow. It stopped potentially dangerous as Cement had a hold of the right foot of Travis Jones.
Travis gets underneath and just clamps in an arm and seems very comfortable there. And not just as a delaying tactic, but he's going to use it.
Cement trying to set up a throw. Jones in on a double. Has Cement in a sitting position. Drops Cement down on his hips. Cement has to watch that fall! Jones got the fall! Just as I was about to say, Cement's got to watch his back. Jones from a neutral position gets the fall in 5 minutes and 7 seconds.
Kai Cement had that ankle and was pulling it tight, and he arched into it, not realizing that he had put himself flat. And the referee's in a perfect position to call that, much to his surprise.
Travis Jones has himself a championship to go with last year. Travis finishing second in the tournament. So the State Liners have a title in Travis Jones and a third place finish in Cullen Day. This will be the final at 126. A.J. DeRosa of Delaware Valley, Anthony Mastroini of Hopatcong.
So as they circle here, DeRosa working hand control, tapping at the head. Mastroini placed third a year ago as they fight for hand control.
Wrestled 30 seconds, no advantage. Referee for this bout, Anthony Izameri. And Barry Jackson is assisting. Anthony DeFlameri, number 311. Wrestled 1 minute, no advantage. DeRosa, the top seed.
14-1 on the season, 75-19 in his career. Second in Region 5 and 5th a year ago.
Mastroeni, the 2 seed.
16-1 with a not too shabby career record of 121-22. Two-time third-place finisher in this tournament. Two-time district champion and a regional runner-up.
Final 20 seconds. Neither one has been close to a takedown. Final 10. First period ends scoreless at 126. Flip of the disc, and Mastroeni will take down to start the second.
Mastroeni, one of the wrestlers who benefited from that third period escape to get his semifinal win.
DeRosa in control. He was very effective with the leg ride in the semifinals over Matt Rosa of Newton. Very effective with that. As Rosa was unable to get out.
Mastroeni was a 3-2 winner over Maverick Leibel of High Point. Again, the third period escape being the difference.
DeRosa riding. AJ gives up an escape. Mastroeni from Hopatcong with the escape and leading 1-0. Mastroeni, a major decision in the quarters, or excuse me, in the first round over Brendan Fox of Phillipsburg. And a fall in 54 seconds over Anthony Romanello of Hunterdon Central. And Bob mentioned a 3-2 win over Leibel of High Point. Mastroeni in on the right leg behind the knee, has DeRosa in a sitting position. He's trying to stay locked around the body and avoid this takedown in a sitting position. There's the takedown, and back points, 1 count for Mastroeni. With the takedown, Mastroeni's up 3-0, and the back points to go up 5-0.
It was a very quick and deep grab by Mastroeni of the near leg of AJ DeRosa to get that takedown.
DeRosa set. An escape for DeRosa. 5-1, final 10 seconds here of the second. Through 2. Mastroeni of Hopatcong leading DeRosa of Delaware Valley 5-1.
DeRosa was quick to hit that switch there at the end of the second period, clear his hips in the sitting position, and then place shoulder pressure on Mastroeni, who wisely just decided to give 1.
Mastroeni tried to check DeRosa back. DeRosa was able to belly down. Now DeRosa turns in. He has 1. It's 5-2. Very nearly had himself a reversal and tossing Mastroeni to his back. Wrestlers circle at the edge. A lateral drop attempted by Mastroeni, and he gives up a takedown to DeRosa, and suddenly it's 5-4.
I think Mastroeni thought that based on his position on the mat, he had 1 to give and nothing to lose. And that was not the case, as Anthony DeFlameri gave that takedown.
DeRosa thought about a half Nelson from the right side. Lets it go. Mastorini trying to get hand control. Come up to his feet. He'll have the escape. He now leads 6-4. Wrestlers break apart. Coming up on 1 minute to go here in regulation. 6-4 lead for Anthony Mastorini of Hopatcong over Delaware Valley's A.J. DeRosa. Mastorini trying to spin around to the right side of DeRosa, was able to block him off. Now front head and arm by Mastorini. They break apart, 35 seconds to go in regulation. DeRosa pushing in on Mastorini will push him off the mat at 27.5 seconds. Coach Andy Fitz up on his feet, left of the mat. DeRosa half a shot at the right leg of Mastorini. DeRosa another half shot at the right leg. Trying to set up a throw with 10 seconds to go in regulation. Stalling call on Mastorini as they're off the mat with 7.3 seconds to go. Five seconds to go. DeRosa again pushes him all the way off at 2.7. Mastorini with something to say about that effort to push him off. Again pushes him off, and that's stalling on Mastorini that costs him a point at the end. 6-5 win for Anthony Mastorini of Hopatcong, the winner at 126 pounds.
DeRosa tried hard coming back late there with the escape and takedown attempts, but Mastorini just proved too strong and too quick.
So if you're just joining us, the champions, Unger of Hunterdon Central at 106, Ventresca of Pope John at 113, Jones of Phillipsburg at 120, and Mastorini of Hopatcong at 126. Our final at 132 will be Jake Rotunda of Pope John and Hunter Graff of Hunterdon Central, the 1 and 2 seeds at 132.
Rotunda 18-4, Graff 17-1.
Rotunda barrel roll. Graff trying to stay locked around the head, hooks a leg, fights off that takedown attempt from Rotunda. Was a pretty good one. Now another barrel roll and they're off the mat. No advantage. 21 seconds in. Very action-packed first 21.
Yeah, an awful lot of motion there with no points.
Rotunda's ranked 4th in the state.
Career record of 108-22.
Graff also a top-ranked wrestler.
Graff with a career record of 122-24.
He's ranked 6th in this weight class. That was a stalling warning from referee Barry Jackson, I think, on Graff. Yep, he has the warning. Graff dives in. Rotunda now around both legs. Graff trying to throw him up and over. 2 points awarded on the takedown to Rotunda. He's up 2-0. He's a district and region champ, Hunterdon Central tournament champion. A 2-time champ of this tournament and ranked 4th in the state. I'm impressed, Bob, with the aggressiveness of the Pope John wrestlers and the quickness that I've seen today. Rotunda, Joe Aragona, who's on deck. I mean, Cement was aggressive, lost to Travis Jones. Ventresca
very quick.
Yep. Final 10 seconds here of the first. Rotunda trying to use the legs to tilt Graf to his left. First period ends 2-0 for Jake Rotunda of Pope John against Hunter Graf of Hunter and Central. Rotunda winner by fall, 56 seconds in the preliminary over Gage Garris of Belvedere. Winner by fall over Mike Frieda of Newton. And a 5-0 winner in the semis over Billy Talmadge of High Point. And Rotunda hits a throw, and he's got Graf. Will he get a takedown and back points, or just a takedown?
Referee is not signaled. I think it's just a takedown.
There you go. Now it's up on the board. Okay. Takedown for Rotunda to go up 4-0.
He hit that really quick.
Trying to get the right leg in. Reaches inside for the left wrist. Uses his legs, trying to turn Graf to his right. It's a very collegiate style of trying to turn, trying to tilt a wrestler. Picks up on the left ankle, riding out the right side of Graf. 40 seconds to go here in the second. Stalling on Graf. And that is a point for for Rotunda. It's 5-0.
Rotunda somewhat got that, maybe a little drama, but pulling back and pushing in to emphasize his effort.
Off the mat, back to the center. I wouldn't mind seeing some of the wars that they must have in the Pope John room.
But he was given a little drama there for Barry Jackson to see, and Hunter Graf just lying flat.
I mean, Pope John has finalists in consecutive 113, 120, 126, 132, 138, 145.
Not a bad day. Yeah, he uses those legs really well. I mean, that's not just a holding tactic, but he is turning Graf.
Graf trying to roll on through, reaches back for the head of Rotunda. Will he get a neutral? He will. Graf will get a neutral as we end the second, and it is 5-1 Rotunda. Now, a couple times, too, just when it looks like Rotunda's really about to do some damage, Graf able to come out of it.
Graf's no slouch, obviously. He grabbed the head of Rotunda in order to get that escape there near the end of the second.
So both wrestlers have chosen neutral with their chance. Graf looking at a front head and arm. Stalemate's called by referee Barry Jackson.
I don't think Graf's used to this level of strenuous opposition.
Graf had a fall over Bremner of Hackettstown. A fall over Fellini of Lenape Valley, and an 8-3 decision over Crater of Delaware Valley to get to the final. Graf dives in on the left leg of Rotunda and trying to pick up that leg. Still has the leg, but unable to do anything with it. Then turning around the other way is Rotunda. Graf has a hand and wrist locked behind Rotunda's left knee. Rotunda kicking at the head of Graf. Graf steps over him. Graf has a takedown. 5-3 35 seconds to go. This has been a very entertaining 5-3 bout.
Very
He'll give
so.
Rotunda an escape. 6-3 Rotunda. Then Rotunda's in on Graf's right leg. Under 20 seconds to go.
Graf's got to be careful with that shoulder roll. He may put himself in a pinning situation.
So Rotunda has both of Graf's legs. 4 seconds to go. It is going to be a 6-3 decision for the top seed, Jake Rotunda of Pope John, over the second seed, Hunter Graf of Hunterdon Central.
Both wrestlers looking strong, but Rotunda just very quick and versatile in changing his weight and his leverage situations.
.138, Joe Aragona of Pope John, Andrew Gappas of North Hunterdon. Aragona the top seed, Gappas the 2 seed.
Aragona 21-1 with a career record of 93-4. Gappas 16-0 with a career record of 88-19. District champion last year, 8th place in the states was Andrew Gappas, and a champion here a year ago.
In the Pope John white is Aragona. North Hunterdon black is Gappas. The referee for this bout is Joe Rossetti. Diving in on a double as Aragona picks up Gappas, has a takedown. Aragona leads 2-0. Gappas stands, Aragona on the mat return. And they're off the mat in front of the North Hunterdon coaching staff.
Gappas a 5-2 winner in the semis over Shane Kobus of High Point.
Aragona picks up Gappas. We'll take him off the mat at 1:12 to go here in the second. Gappas getting set. Stands. Aragona picks him up. Brings him down to his knees. 1 minute to go here in the first. Aragona, Pope John, leading 2-0. Aragona finishing second in the state a year ago. He's ranked second in this weight class. Gappas is ranked third in this weight class after finishing 8th in the state a year ago. Aragona, left-hand thigh pry. And a roll by Gappas is off the mat with 24 seconds to go here in the first.
As quick as Gappas was to hit that roll, Aragona was just as quick to follow it.
Left-hand tight waist by Aragona. 15 seconds to go here in the first. Aragona picks up Gappas, drops him down. Gappas rolls. Aragona stays with him, and they're off the mat in front of us with 6.4 seconds to go. Aragona's done a very effective job of riding Gappas, but hasn't come close to turning him.
Not quite. If for no other reason that Gappas has been, very mobile on the bottom.
Ride out the first period with Aragona ahead 2-0.
Aragona takes down to start period 2.
He'll get set. Hands and knees. Joe Rossetti says, tells Gappas to get in there, and now Gappas will try to see what he can do with Aragona. Aragona rolls. Gappas is staying with him, and they're off the mat with Gappas still in control, 12 seconds in.
I've seen some good rolls in this bout.
Yeah, I think they're both very comfortable with that. Aragona stands. Gappas able to break him down there. Gappas trying to work a hazard tilt. Trying to turn Aragona to his left with that.
Aragona just flattening out.
Off the mat with Gappas still in control.
Both of these wrestlers have shown they can ride pretty well.
Referee Joe Rossetti to say something to Aragona, who now gets set. Hands and knees. Right hand tight waist. Aragona stands. Gappas trying to hang on high crotch, steps through that. Aragona trying to come out and face him, and he's out. Took him 56 seconds, but Aragona is out, and on the escape, Pope John Jr. leading 3-0. They're off the mat back to the center at 53 seconds.
These two have shown themselves pretty evenly matched, both in overall ability and just skill set.
And that's why they're top ranked in the state. Aragona got in on a double, and he's got a takedown. He's got Gappas in some trouble. Got some back points coming. If he can get more weight on the right shoulder, he can stick him. Joe Rossetti looking in there. Aragona body press. He's got that right arm well extended, tied up. Gappas trying to push him off with his left. Trying to get chest to chest with him, and the fall. 337 for Aragona. So Aragona getting through his bracket with a 21-11 decision, a 15-0 technical fall, and a fall in 3:37.
So Gappas suffers his first loss of the season.
Pope John with 3 titles. Ventresca, Rotunda, and Aragona. And now what should be a good one here at 145 with Alex Carita of Hackettstown and Robert Garcia of Pope John.
Carita 17-1, career mark of 113-26. District champ, region champ, and the defending champion of this tournament. Garcia 20-2 with a career record of 87-15. And
Garcia has 3 falls in the tournament.
Carita was a convincing 11-3 decision over 100 Central's Vince Romanello in the semifinal bout. Got 4 takedowns and some third period back points. Scored a lot of third period points. Only giving up 3 escapes, and if I recall, some of those probably were discretionary.
Jason Zinsmeister of Phillipsburg with a late 4-point play. winning his consolation final. Third place for the Stateliner in the 145-pound weight class. All right, Carita of Hackettstown in the orange and black. Garcia of Pope John in the white, the 145-pound final. Stuart Cohn, the referee for this bout. Diving in on the left leg as Garcia trips with the right. He's got a takedown, and Garcia has a 2-0 lead. Garcia is ranked 3rd in this weight class in the state. Carita is ranked 5th. It's not often that you have in the county tournaments, you know, state-ranked wrestlers that won't win it.
Right.
And this a matchup between 3 and 5, according to NJ.com, in Garcia and Carita. There's a roll by Carita. He's out. On the escape, 2-1. Working takedowns. I'm sorry, Zinsmeister finishing 5th. I had him at 3rd. My error. Jason Zinsmeister at Phillipsburg finishing 5th at 145. Final 15 seconds here. The first Carita dives in at the right leg. Garcia sprawls. And the first period ends with Robert Garcia of Pope John leading Alex Carita of Hackettstown 2-1.
Carita choosing down to start the second.
Okay, I don't think anybody would mind coaching this team of champions against any of the other counties. There's an escape for Carita, and this bout is tied at 2. Wrestlers are tied up 30 seconds into the second. Carita has 2 escapes. Garcia, a first period takedown. Garcia missed on a duck under. Now has a takedown. Carita with a takedown leads 4-2 here in the second. And then an escape for Garcia, 4-3.
Carita kind of let him out there. I think he'd rather work from his feet.
Garcia was looking for an inside tie. Wrestlers tapping at each other. Work for hand and wrist control. Stalemated by Stuart Cohn at 36 seconds.
When they were down on the mat, Garcia reached behind and tried like a reverse headlock. But that's the kind of thing that gets you half Nelson in a hurry.
Headlock missed by Garcia. Right on the edge of the mat. 10 seconds to go here in the second. Off they go at 6.5. Pope John, the tournament champion last year, and although we've not seen scores, they've got to be the champ again here. 4-3 after 2. And now Garcia will be underneath in the third. Carita, right-hand tight waist, picks up on the right ankle on the whistle. Garcia stands. Brought back down to the mat by Carita. Garcia trying to block him off with his right arm. He is out, and we are 4-4 with 1:46 to go in the bout. They each have a takedown and 2 escapes. Duck under by Garcia, and then Carita sprawls. Carita with a concrete special. Garcia rolls on through. Carita spins around to Garcia's left. He's got a takedown, and Carita is out on top, 6-4. Bars the left arm of Garcia. Carita has the left arm barred. Would like to try and keep Garcia on the mat. Garcia trying to get off and get a fresh start. Hackettstown coaches urging Carita to keep him on the mat. Just under a minute to go in the bout. A roll by Garcia. Carita maintaining control. And they are off at 53 seconds.
These guys are very quick to throw moves and a variety of moves, and equally quick to counter.
Garcia, district runner-up a year ago, region champ, 4th in the state. Carita, a district 9 and region 3 champ a year ago. And a defending champ here. Carita maintaining control here. Hooks that right leg. 30 seconds to go in the bout. Carita the 2 seed, Garcia Popejohn the 1 with 20 seconds to go. Carita out the right side, trying to keep his weight high on the back of Garcia, controlling that right wrist, and a half Nelson from the left side. The far side stopped, potentially dangerous, with 7.2 seconds to go. Garcia getting set. A very strong third period takedown and ride by Alex Carita. Garcia rolls. Carita will stay with him. And Alex Carita, a 6-4 win at 145 pounds for Hackettstown over Robert Garcia of Popejohn.
Strong finish from Carita with a pair of takedowns. One in the second, one in the third. That being the difference maker after they were tied over Robbie Garcia. And now perhaps the bout you've all been waiting for.
Kyle Tino of Phillipsburg finished third at 138. Brian Meyer of the Stateliners going out now. The Stateliners look for their second title. Meyer taking on Wyatt McCarthy of Newton in a rematch from the dual meet before Christmas.
McCarthy was very quick in that bout and really had Meyer's measure.
Meyer's only 2 losses on the season to a defending Pennsylvania AA state champ and a defending Pennsylvania 3A state champ.
McCarthy beat Meyer 9-4 as
was Meyer over.
No, I'm sorry. McCarthy was against Zinsmeister.
35 seconds in, no advantage. Meyer in the predominantly garnet singlet got in on a leg, and McCarthy able to fight it off. Meyer with the P on his chest, the gray and white trim. Wrestlers tie up. Referee for this bout, Joe Benvenuto. Frank Leitner assisting. Under a minute, no advantage. Meyer third in the state a year ago. Bryan's in on the left leg behind the knee, trying to pull that, lock his hands behind that. Now loses it. At the edge, picks up that left leg, trying to walk McCarthy back towards the center, switch to a double. McCarthy still blocking off with his left arm. Meyer now behind him to the two-leg tackle, and Meyer gets the takedown with 12 seconds to go as they go off the mat.
Persistence for Brian Meyer that's staying with that as McCarthy was jumping around trying to get off the mat.
Meyer, very good rider. A roll by McCarthy. Almost got caught in that roll by Meyer. McCarthy rolls. Meyer stays with him. And the first period ends with Meyer on top, 2-0. Bryan, winner in the first round by fall in 1:25 over Sammy Giraldo of Hackettstown. Winner by fall over Nemeth of Warren Hills in the quarters. And a 16-4 major over Brooke of Kittatinny in the semis. McCarthy underneath to start the second. Meyer tries to pick him up and step through. McCarthy rolling, and Meyer stays with him. And now McCarthy comes out. 2-1.
McCarthy needed an escape in the third period to beat Tucker Kirchberger of North Hunterdon in the semis.
I think you had mentioned earlier, we've seen a lot of good rollers in action in these last two rounds.
As good as McCarthy seems to be at that, I wouldn't be so eager to cut it against Brian Meyer because he's liable to get caught.
30 seconds into the second. McCarthy wanted a power shrug that he could not finish. Tied up and off the mat they go, and 1:11 to go in the second.
Yeah, in McCarthy's battle against Zinsmeister, he was very quick to change direction and often would gain the advantage that way.
Zinsmeister's a pretty good roller.
Yeah, I kind of remember McCarthy doing it more from his feet.
Just under a minute to go in the second.
He'd feint left and go right, and would be just too quick.
Meyer in on the right leg, and McCarthy was able to dive away from that. And I think McCarthy just may have, did he catch a finger in the left eye?
He might have. But that was impressive on both their parts. Meyer was in quick and deep on that takedown, and McCarthy just rolled away.
McCarthy with half his shot. Meyer has been the aggressor on their feet. He has the only takedown in the bout. It's been more McCarthy able to fend off Meyer's attempts. Just under 20 seconds to go here in the second. Meyer with a 2-1 lead on a first period takedown. He got that with 12 seconds to go. McCarthy got an early second period escape. Two seconds to go. And Meyer with a 2-1 lead after two. It's going to be Meyer's choice. And Meyer will go underneath in the third.
Yeah, Meyer was clearly the aggressor there on their feet in that period, and McCarthy decided to cut him to start.
So Meyer will lead it 3-1. McCarthy, a winner by fall in 39 seconds over Matt Sistone of Lebanon Valley, a fall in 1:36 over Connor Fritsch of Pope John, and as Bob mentioned, that 3-2 win over Kirchberger of North Hunterdon. So working takedowns here with Meyer ahead 3-1. Meyer tries to snap down on the head of McCarthy, and they're off the mat. Bryan is a three-time district champ 20 wins as a freshman, 33 as a sophomore, 39 as a junior, and 15-2 on the season. Working for hand and wrist control. 1 minute to go in the bout with Meyer ahead 3-1.
The last dual meet, Meyer was a winner by tech fall over Billy Connors of Kittatinny in 3:35.
Wrestlers circle each other. Meyer diving in on a double. And he's got the takedown. And a roll by McCarthy, and they're off the mat. 5-1 lead for Brian Meyer.
Meyer's looked really good here, not just in his shots, but in his relentless pursuit of a shot once attempted.
Right hand tight waist, picks up on the left ankle. McCarthy stands. Meyer picks him up, drops him down to his knees. McCarthy stands again. Meyer tried to sit around behind him. Will give up the escape. It is 5-2 Meyer. Under 30 seconds to go in the bout. State Liners Josh Ramos in action in a third place bout. One of the other mats. Meyer, did he get a takedown? No, off the mat at 12 seconds.
Awfully close. He tried his best to keep his feet in the circle.
McCarthy wants to set up a lateral drop. He tries it. Meyer counters it. Meyer's got a takedown. 3 count for McCarthy. Bridges off his back. That was a 5-point play for Brian Meyer off the missed lateral drop. And Brian Meyer wins the State Liners' second title of the afternoon, a major decision, 10-2 over Wyatt McCarthy of Newton.
McCarthy just tried a desperation move there at the end with no bonus points or anything to give in a team matchup. Why not? It was his only shot. But Meyer held on tight.
160. The top seed is Kevin Cerisa of Hunterdon Central, facing the second seed, Jonathan Borgognoni of Newton. Cerisa in the Hunterdon Central red and black. Borgognoni in the garnet or maroon for Newton.
Cerisa 14-4. 90-32 on his career. Borgognoni 15-1, 72-28.
Cerisa got in on the leg of Borgognoni. He's draped over top. Cerisa trying to take those legs over top his head. Borgognoni hanging on to the right foot of Cerisa. Cerisa trying to stands Borgognoni on his head. Borgognoni able to keep his hips up off the mat, now in a sprawl position. 50 seconds to wrestle scoreless first. Borgognoni trying to spin around behind Cerisa's left, who blocks him off, and there's been no advantage here. Just under 40 seconds to wrestle in the first. Borgognoni did a great job to fight off Cerisa. Borgognoni trying to get in on Cerisa's leg at the edge. Cerisa picking up an ankle, and they go off, says Frank Leichner, with 24 seconds to go in the first.
Cerisa, a Caldwell tournament finalist and a state qualifier in 2016.
15 seconds to wrestle. Power shrug attempted by Cerisa, can't finish. Borgognoni front head and arm. Near the edge. Final 5 seconds. And it will be scoreless at the end of 1. Kevin Cerise of Hunterdon Central, John Borgognoni of Newton.
Borgognoni choosing down to start the second period. A district champion, 5th in the region.
Strong left-hand tight waist by Cerise. Left-hand tight waist. Borgognoni trying to get to his knees. .30 seconds in. Cerise doing a pretty good job of riding Borgognoni here in the second. Borgognoni stands, and Cerise will have to cut him loose with 1:19 to go in the second. Borgognoni near a takedown. Cerise, can he? Nope, off the mat, no advantage. Hunterdon Central coaches wanted a takedown for Cerise at the edge, couldn't get it.
It's a good counter by Kevin Cerise.
Cerise in on the right leg, has Borgognoni in a sitting position. Borgognoni hanging on to the right ankle. Down to left. Trying to take Cerise off his base and hook a leg. Cerise still has the right foot of Borgognoni sitting on top of Cerise, and that's stalemated by Frank Leitner with 41 seconds to go. Cerise, district runner-up a year ago, Caldwell tournament runner-up in the Hunterdon Central Holiday Tournament, and 3rd last year in the Hunterdon Sussex Warren. Cerise thought about a throw, couldn't finish. Front head or underhooks, again thinking about that throw, and they're off at 17 seconds. Still a 1-0 lead for John Borgognoni of Newton. Neither wrestler able to get a takedown in the first. Borgognoni with an escape here in the second, and then neither wrestler able to get control. Final 5 seconds. And we are through 2 with Borgognoni on top, 1-0.
Josh Ramos of Phillipsburg is leading his bout 8-3 in the third, as Borgognoni and Cerise will be neutral for the third period.
That was Cerise choosing neutral here in the third, trying to work a Russian tie. Then wanted to think about that cement job. Borgognoni with a barrel roll. Still trying to finish that barrel roll. And Borgognoni does. Finishes the barrel roll for a takedown and leads Cerise 3-0.
He tried it twice, and the second time with more gusto.
And I would gather that Cerise does not want to be underneath Borgognoni because he had the chance to take that down 1-0 in the third and chose neutral. Borgognoni maintaining control. Ramos got that win in his Stateliner Consolation Final, 8-3 at 160. Borgognoni has that left leg in, 40 seconds to go. Trying to work a power half. Off they go at 35 seconds.
Borgognoni has rode well in this period.
Cerise is set. Left hand tight waist for Borgognoni. Borgognoni is the 2 seed, Sarisa the 1. But Borgognoni has dominated this on the mat. 15 seconds to go. Sarisa trying to stand. Stands, reaches back, trying to get a wizard, and tries a throw at the edge. And it's a 3-0 final for Joe Borgognoni of Newton over Kevin Sarisa of Hunterdon Central. Borgognoni, the champion, at 160 pounds.
So he improves his record to 16-1, and he looked very strong there, as he did in the Phillipsburg match a couple weeks ago.
At 170 pounds, it'll be Josh Heiler for Kittatinny and Dan Formato of Hunterdon Central. Another battle of 1 and 2 seeds. And Heiler has almost a takedown. Now trying to spin around to Formato's left, and there is the takedown for Heiler. Ahead 2-0.
Try to drop and darn near stuck Formato to his back.
Russ Scarice, the referee for this bout. Being assisted by Anthony Duflamery, gives up an escape. Heiler on top 2-1.
Formato 15-2 and was 3rd in District 17 in 2016. Heiler was 3rd in this tournament a year ago. 14-3, 45-16 in his career.
In those familiar Kittatinny blue leggings.
Much more stylish than those baggy shorts.
That's all the 5th place matches have wrapped up.
You don't mess around.
So that's it. We're at 170 in the finals and 170 for 3rd place as well. Heiler, you're another takedown here as Formato trying to hang. He has to give it up with 25 seconds to go. Heiler's 2nd here in the 1st period, and he leads 4-1. Heiler with his weight high in the back of Formato. Final 5 seconds. Has that left arm barred. Not going to be able to do anything with it. Heiler up 4-1 after 1 on a pair of takedowns.
Formato with an 11-5 win in the semifinals over James Swetzel of Pope John.
Formato looking over to John Cantagallo-Ram and rest of the Hunterdon Central coaching staff. He will take underneath to start the 2nd and has a quick escape. Heiler leading 4-2. Formato trying to dive in on a double. Heiler fights that off. Front head and arm spins around to Formato's right, and a 3rd takedown for Heiler. He leads 6-2. Maybe it's just as I overheard some conversation to my left, maybe because Lance Wissing had forfeited out of the tournament, and that would have been that bout that would be taking place. Vase got him on his back. Heiler has Formato on his back in a lot of trouble as Russ Scarice looks in. Got plenty of time here in the 2nd. Over a minute to go. Formato trying to keep that left shoulder off the mat. And the fall. In 2:59 for Josh Heiler.
Formato tried to work a throw over near the edge and just didn't work. Went to his back. Heiler wrapped him up, and that was the end of that.
Heiler gets the fall in 2:59. And Hunterdon Central put 4 in the finals, but only Unger coming away with a championship. They have 3 seconds. The 182-pound final, Zach Mafaro, the top seed for Kittatinny, looking to give the Cougars their 2nd in a row, facing Jared Oster of Warren Hills, the 3 seed.
Oster 12-0, 75-33 in his career. Mafaro 15-2, 75-19.
Oster with a brace on the left knee, took half a shot. Mafaro sprawling.
Mafaro is the defending tournament champion, in 2016. He's 1st in the district last year, 3rd in the regions.
He has a front head and arm. Oster's able to fight that off. Wrestled 35 seconds. We have no advantage here at 182. Oster tried to reach for the right leg, and they're off the mat.
Oster, a 2-time district champ, 2-time regional place winner, and a runner-up in this tournament last year, a 2-time John Goals tournament champion.
Mafaro looking for a headlock. Can Oster slip his head out? He did, no advantage. But then as Oster tried to get on top, Mafaro was able to fight him off, and we have no advantage, just under a minute to go in the first.
Just don't figure somebody's going to win this tournament final with a headlock.
Fight for hand and wrist control. Anthony DeFlameri is the referee for this bout.
Oster needed a 3rd period escape in order to beat Reese Muldoon of Pope John, who had been undefeated in the semifinals.
Final 30 seconds. Phillipsburg's Austin Roth about to go for 3rd place at 182. 15 seconds to go here in a scoreless first. Or check it, Roth will be going for 5th place, I'm sorry. Mafaro of Kittatinny, Oster of Warren Hills. Scoreless through the first period at 182. Flip of the disc goes to Mafaro. He'll go underneath to start the 2nd. Mafaro winner by forfeit. And fall in 2:19 in the quarters, a 10-0 decision in the semis. And an escape for Mafaro, and then a quick takedown for Oster. And Oster leads 2-1.
There's a lot of activity in about 3 seconds.
Oster with that claw on the right shoulder. And they're off 30 seconds into the 2nd. Mafaro getting set. Now Oster, left hand tight waist. Tried to turn Mafaro to his left. Mafaro stands, has prized the hands apart, has his 2nd escape. Bout is tied at 2. One minute to go, 2nd period. 2-2, 182-pound final. Zach Mafaro of Kittatinny, Jared Oster of Warren Hills. Off they go in front of the Kittatinny coaches across the way.
As we're in our last 4 bouts, the crowd has thinned a little bit here.
Mafaro near a takedown. Oh, and Oster could not block him off with his left arm, but they go off neutral. That was originally called and then waved off. That got, let's see, talking it over with Barry Jackson. Are they going to change that call back? Barry Jackson, and they do award the takedown. Coach Gil Kitatiti, who is not in the chairs, actually came out of the first row of the stands to protest that call. So Mafaro gets the takedown, leads 4-2. Oster stands hopping up and down on the left foot. He's going to get one as they go off and on to the gym floor. And a penalty point. Oster hit the gym floor on the bad left knee. It's already braced. And recovery time. So with that penalty point, if Oster is unable to continue here, he would win this. And if I remember correctly, Bob, over this summer, Phillipsburg and Warren Hills wrestle in a pin for charity. It's for fighting cancer and cancer research. I don't think Oster wrestled in that because at the time of his injured knee. I do not think he wrestled that night. So they are attending to Jared Oster of Warren Hills after the takedown gave Mafaro a 4-2 lead. On the restart, Oster got out to cut it to 4-3 right at the edge, ended up on the gym floor, and the penalty point ties the bout at 4. And I heard referee Anthony Duflameri called it recovery time, not injury time. So if Oster is unable to continue, he would win this bout.
He's pulling the brace back up. I think he's going to give it a go.
He's up on his feet, gingerly walking around. They have the recovery time is actually up on the clock. He wants to continue.
I don't understand why Mafaro was putting his weight on him. I mean, if Oster is on the wood, obviously they're nowhere near the circle.
So Oster going to continue, tied at 4 and neutral. Anytime, I think that's so, pretty sportsmanlike thing. I mean, he's not 100%. He's obviously giving up a little on that left knee as he dives in on the right leg of Mafaro. Final 10 seconds to go. Mafaro trying to arch his back. Got a hand and a wrist locked behind that right knee to a double. 3 seconds to go. And no takedown as the second period comes to an end. Tied at 4.
That was an amazing 10 seconds or so as both Oster and Mafaro appeared to be coming close to getting an advantage, only to roll out.
See, if an Oster choosing down, started to say how sportsmanlike that is, because if he chose not to finish, he would have won this. And now he's wrestling, on a bad left knee, which I think just got hurt again on that scramble, that skirmish. And now if he were to default, I mean, he would lose. He's out, and he's going to take some injury time as Mafaro dives in.
Yeah, this
Oster got out to take a 5-4 lead. At the St. Luke's Sports Medicine staff out there to take a look at that left knee. Head coach Jared Hosbach is out there.
They've not put the 5th point up on the board.
I thought he was awarded that escape.
I mean, he was clearly freestanding.
And he called for injury time as
yes,
after getting out.
With separation of a couple feet. Oster extends a finger and runs it in a circle. So
helped up to his feet.
Now the 5 is up on the board.
All right. Oster ahead 5-4, uses some injury time. Used 57 seconds of his injury time. He's in on the right leg of Mafaro. Mafaro is like, took a couple of shots at Oster's left knee. Oster trying to get in on a double. Pulling on that left leg is Mafaro. There's another point. Another point for, I don't know why Oster would want to continue this, I'll tell you. He just got a penalty point, his second, and he goes up 6-4, but Mafaro was working on that left knee.
Yeah, first he tapped it a couple times and not all that gingerly, but then he yanked on the ankle in the wrong direction. And that was an appropriate penalty point.
Oster trying to keep his distance. They're off. Mafaro goes to throw him. We're going to get a discussion with Barry Jackson. And 2 points, 2 penalty points. It's now 8-4. Oster just took off his headgear. Now Oster's going to put back his headgear. Jared Hoschbach with a question for Barry Jackson as we go back to the action. So Mafaro has surrendered 4 penalty points. It is 8-4 Oster. And they're off the mat at 1:02.
Mafaro tries to, and he's done this at the whole bout. He's trying to work a trip or a sweep with the leg.
Oster is in on the left leg.
I think he's going to stay here, Mike.
Yeah, I would. I mean, I think he's done that those last couple of very low shots intentionally so he could stay there.
Grab a leg.
Stalemate's called at 44 seconds. I mean, he's trying to keep his distance and then dive under on a leg. Mafaro's going to be near a takedown here. Gets it. It is 8-6. Oster to his knees. Mafaro hooking Oster's right leg. 20 seconds to go in the bout. Stalling warning on Oster. 8-6 is the score. 10 seconds to go. Stalemate called at 9.5. I think this is a very brave and courageous job by Jared Oster to finish this thing. And he is 9.5 seconds away as he just flattened out from being a champion. There's a crossface, and that's a DQ. A crossface by Mafaro, and he just got DQ'd. Jared Oster is the champion.
Yeah, he's got major points from the crowd for not only toughing that out, but really continuing to compete. And Mafaro at times just showed a lack of control.
So Warren Hills has a titleist in Jared Oster as he hobbled off the mat. And we'll go to 195, Scott Fernandez of Voorhees, Robbie Gannett of Sparta. Fernandez in the gold for Voorhees, Gannett of Sparta in the dark and then light blue. Barry Jackson, the referee for this one.
Fernandez 19-1 and looking for his 100th career victory in this bout. 99-34.
Almost had a first takedown.
Gannett 17-1 on the season. He's got his 100 wins. He's got 103 on his career.
43 seconds in. No advantage here. When Scott Fernandez, his brother Lou Fernandez coming up at 220.
Gannett won the Goals tournament, was a Region 1 runner-up, and three-time district finalist. Fernandez fourth in the region, second in the districts, third in this tournament last year, and fourth 2 years ago.
Connected on the right leg of Fernandez behind the knee. Trying to go to a standing cradle. Hopping up and down on that left foot is Fernandez. To a cradle was Gannett. There's the takedown with 27 seconds to go in the first as Fernandez was able to belly down. Gannett, a district and region runner-up a year ago, and he's ranked 8th in the state in this weight class. Scott Fernandez is ranked 7th according to NJ.com.
Gannett needed a third period escape to get his semifinal win over Luke Fisher of Newton. It's 5-4.
First period ends with Gannett on top, 2-0.
Fernandez defers choice. Gannett will go neutral.
Russian tie by Fernandez. Unable to finish. Gannett trying to underhook Fernandez's right shoulder, then reach for the right leg, picks it up behind the knee. Fernandez hopping up and down on that left foot. Trying to pry those hands apart. Gannett able to take down Fernandez. Second takedown for Gannett. He leads Fernandez 4-0. Another battle between the 1 and 2 seeds. Scott Fernandez of Voorhees is the 1. Robbie Gannett of Sparta, number 2. Fernandez underneath. Trying to stand up on his left foot. Up on both feet, pries the hands apart. He has it escape. It's 2-1. Advantage on their feet, Gannett. Just under a minute to go here in the second, 4-1. Gannett of Sparta over Fernandez of Voorhees. Gannett trying to underhook the right shoulder of Fernandez. Coach Eric Hall of Voorhees in the chairs across the way. 25 seconds. Fernandez tried to get in on a double, and Gannett hits a throw, puts Fernandez on his back, gets the fall. In 3:43, Sparta with the champion, Robbie Gannett.
That's the second time we've seen a throw attempt just not go well. And it was a little early for an all out there, but I think Fernandez thought he had it. Gannett countered very well.
At 2:20, this should be a good one too. Lou Fernandez of Voorhees and Jake Brown of Pope John. Lou Fernandez is ranked 3rd in the state. Jake Brown's ranked 7th. Brown in the Pope John white. That's maroon, little gold trim, and predominantly gray on the uniform of Lou Fernandez.
Brown is awfully quick for a 220-pounder.
Joe Rossetti, the referee for this bout. Stuart Cohn assisting. Wrestled 30 seconds, no advantage. Brown dives in on a double. Cannot finish as they go off the mat.
Brown must have had some injury early in the season because he's only 6-0 and considering wrestled all day today. not much before coming in, but 90-15 on his career.
Third in this tournament a year ago.
Fernandez undefeated, 17-0, 82-24 in his career, a 6-time All-American.
Pope John has 3 champs looking for their 4th. Phillipsburg with 2. Nobody else has more than 1. Phillipsburg's champs, Travis Jones and Brian Meyer.
Fernandez ranked number 12 by USA Wrestling for juniors.
They go off the mat back to the center neutral.
Fernandez has placed twice in Fargo. I've never been to Fargo.
A lot of wrestlers have, though. It's a big summer tournament. During the 1 month that Fargo has summer weather.
Yes. Get it while you can.
Final 10 seconds here of the first. That I believe, Bob, Fargo, it's also that tournament is for youth. You know, there may be Greco-Roman there. It's quite the event. Scoreless first period. Lou Fernandez of Voorhees going to go underneath Jake Brown of Pope John in the second. Fernandez rolls, picks up on the near ankle. Brown trying to block him off. Fernandez cross faces, picks up on the near ankle, trying to reverse. Steps across and has the reversal. Fernandez on top, 2-0.
That was a solid roll. Maybe not the best we've seen here in the finals, but Brown just did not follow it.
Fernandez, a winner by forfeit in the first round, 35-second fall over Cody Krutz of Phillipsburg in the quarters, and a fall over Jacob Mafaro of Kittatinny in the semis.
Brown pinned Ryan Hall of Lebanon Valley in the second period, early in the second period in the semifinals.
Fernandez maintaining control of Brown. Coming up on a 1-minute mark to go here in the second with Fernandez on top, 2-0. Fernandez, district and region runner-up a year ago. Lenape Valley tournament champion this year. Stalemate called by, or was that a stalling call on top?
I think stalemate. He went fist to fist.
47 seconds to go here in the second. Fernandez on top, 2-0. On a second period reversal. Trying to set up a power half on Jake Brown. Turning Brown to his right. 2 count, 3, 4, 5, 3 back points coming for Lou Fernandez. Keeps those legs in as Brown's able to belly down. There's the 3 back points awarded. Fernandez on top, 5-0. Trying to power half and turn him again. 1 count, 2, 3, and the fall with 9/10 of a second to go in the second for Lou Fernandez of Voorhees.
He hit that second one really deep, and once he got Brown over on, he bellied down on him, got all of his weight on it, and Fernandez picks up the fall.
So Pope John gonna end with 3 firsts and 3 seconds. Fernandez with the fall in 3:59. And at 285, It's the top seed, Joe Andes of Hackettstown, who had a couple of battles today, by the way. Beat Patrick Sharp of Phillipsburg 3-0 in the quarters, and was in a tight one with Joe Sprague of North Warren when he ended up getting Sprague a little bit off balance and got a fall. So Andy's facing Gabe Jimenez of Lenape Valley in the final.
Jimenez won by pin in the semifinals late in the first period.
Stuart Cohn, the referee for this bout.
Jimenez 9-6, Andy's 15-1, 60-29 in his career, second in the regions, second in the district.
Andes is ranked third in the state.
So let's call him a heavy favorite here.
Let's just tie up just under a minute to go here in the first. And he's trying to horse his way behind Jimenez, who blocked him off. Now he spins around behind and gets a takedown. Andy's on top 2-0. He's trying to become Hackettstown's second champion. So Pope John with 3, Phillipsburg with 2, then 1 each for Hackettstown, Hopatcong, Hunterdon Central, Kittatinny, Newton, Sparta, Warren Hills, and Voorhees. Andy's trying to take Jimenez front to back if he can, as he locked around that the head and left shoulder. Jimenez trying to stand. Andes drops down to the leg, picks him up, drops him down. And then falls on top of Jimenez. As the first period comes to an end, Andes on top, 2-0.
Picking up the heavyweight's pretty impressive.
And then when he, I guess fell on is the only word I can use, but that had to feel, Jimenez had to feel that.
Yeah.
Andy's underneath to start the second. So Jimenez picks up on the left ankle. Andy stands. Jimenez tries to trip him. Stuart Cohn counting out. 3, 4, 5. There's a stalling warning on Jimenez. And a point for an escape for Andes. And it's 3-0 for the Hackettstown senior. Andes with the first period looking for a bear hug. Has his hands locked behind. Hits the throw. Puts Jimenez on his back. Wow. And the fall. A bear hug by Andes in 2 minutes and 44 seconds. Joe Andes of Hackettstown, the champion at 285, and Hackettstown has their second titleist on the day.
That was an impressive finish by Joe Andes.
Andes in 2:44. So we end up in the finals with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 falls out of 14 matches in the finals. Well, we'll recap the finals for you. 106 pounds, Brett Unger of Hunterdon Central with a 7-6 decision over Quinn Malofchik of Belvedere. 113, Eddie Ventresca of Pope John, a 7-1 decision over Brandon LaRue of High Point. 120, Phillipsburg's Travis Jones, a fall in 5 minutes and 7 seconds over Caius Cement of Pope John. 126, Anthony Mastroini of Hopatcong, a 6-5 decision over AJ DeRosa of Delaware Valley. 132, Jake Rotunda of Pope John, a 6-3 decision over Hunter Graff of Hunterdon Central. 138, Joe Aragona of Pope John, a fall in 3 minutes and 37 seconds over Andrew Gappis of North Hunterdon. 145, Alex Carita of Hackettstown, a 6-4 decision over Robert Garcia of Pope John. 152, Brian Meyer of Phillipsburg, a 10-2 major decision over Wyatt McCarthy. 160, John Borgagnoni of Newton, a 3-0 decision over Kevin Sarisa of Hunterdon Central. 170, Josh Heiler of Kittatinny, a fall in 2 minutes and 59 seconds over Dan Fermato. 182, Jared Oster of Warren Hills, winner by disqualification over Zach Mafaro of Kittatinny. Oster was leading 8-6 at the time. 195, Robbie Gannett. Sparta, fall in 3 minutes and 43 seconds over Scott Fernandez of Voorhees. 220, Luis Hernandez of Voorhees, a fall in 3 minutes and 59 seconds over Jake Brown of Pope John. And at 285, Joe Andes of Hackettstown, fall with a bear hug in 2 minutes and 44 seconds over Gabe Jimenez of Lenape Valley. So the 2018 Hunterdon Sussex Warren Wrestling Tournament, a service of the Rothman Institute, a worldwide leader in orthopedics, an official orthopedic partner of the NJSIAA. Visit RothmanInstitute.com. By Ahart, Frinzy & Smith, recognized as one of the leading insurance agencies in the United States. Find out more at AFSinsurance.com. By Urco Credit Union, 450 Hillcrest Boulevard in Phillipsburg and 2240 Northampton Street in Easton. Great rates, low fees. Visit us at urcocu.com. By Open Mic, for exclusive coverage of the Stateliners and the entire Hunterdon Warren Sussex area, follow Mike Weileman's blog at mikeopen.blogspot.com. By Welcome to the Pit, a history of Phillipsburg wrestling is available. Order yours on Amazon today. And follow Phillipsburg Wrestling on Twitter at PbergHS Wrestling. That's Pberg, HSWRESTLIN. And I think, Bob, you got the able to tell us the Phillipsburg, rest of the Phillipsburg place winners.
So Cullen Day places third with an 11-0 win over C.J. Heaps. Jason Zinsmeister finishes fifth, winning 4-1 in his final bout. Josh Ramos also placed fifth with an 8-3 win, and Roth finished sixth, being pinned in his fifth place bout.
And ends up fourth for Lance Wissing, who had to forfeit out of the tournament after wrestling a couple of bouts. So Phillipsburg, Pope John with 3 champions. Phillipsburg and Hackettstown each had 2. Phillipsburg had 2 champs, 1 third, 1 fourth, 2 fifths, and a 6th. And the other schools with champions, Hopatcong, Hunterdon Central, Kittatinny, Newton, Sparta, Warren Hills, and Voorhees, all with 1. The most outstanding wrestler, Hackettstown 145-pounder Alex Carita. He will be getting his trophy presentation in just a few minutes. So that's going to wrap it up for us here at Phillipsburg High School. Our thanks to our supervising broadcast technician and cameraman and Johnny on the spot all day, Jared Marchicelli, want to thank Jared for his great work. And our next broadcast will be Saturday, when Phillipsburg will take on Easton. That will be at approximately 6:50 will be our webcast time, and that will be from the Easton Middle School. Easton and Phillipsburg coming up on Saturday night. For Bob Kerp, I'm Mike Moore on the Stateliner Sports Network. Thanks for being with us, and have a great night, everyone.